Hey, what's going on, everybody? Financial Fitness Friday. I have my co-host Dave Bergio of Trifecta.
What is that?
Yep. And today we want to talk to you guys about kind of accelerating your learning curves, right? And I want to talk about this because it's so important in your business success, your personal success, and that's something that you just pay for personal development, for coaching, for consulting. Now, let's say you're not there yet. You're not ready. You don't have the resources to do that. Hey, that's fine. I will say this before we get into this. There was a time that I didn't, and I stretched. I stretched. Both times I leveled up. I really stretched to make that work. And that type of, I don't want to say desperation, but that type of pressure and commitment in stretching to do that allowed me to, it basically forces you to get everything out of it that you can. Now, if you really aren't there or that it's a stretch for you and you're not comfortable with it, there is nothing wrong with reading books and studying reputable and credible people on YouTube, right? That will dramatically enhance how well you do, right? There's nothing you always want more education. Okay. You always want more development. You anytime you invest in yourself, you will absolutely come out ahead and get a much higher ROI. Now, to get into the coaching, I will tell you I have spent multiple six figures on coaching. Apex, Arate, Lions Den. Obviously I do. We, Dave, myself, and a bunch of others do it ourselves with the Integrated Entrepreneur. That's on my site under coaching and consulting. But before I get into the rest of it, Dave, what's your experience with coaching and consulting?
Us, and like if it's not something in the cards for you right now, look at reputable sources, follow the right people. On Instagram, on Facebook, be very careful. There's a lot of predatory stuff out there. Like, what are you getting? I think that's the biggest misconception of coaching today is everybody's selling something. Everybody's renting a Ferrari, to show this or that. But what have they really done? What have they really built? And I think that's very important that you look deeper into that. You don't get shiny object syndrome on the surface. You don't get this impatient attitude that, holy shit, man, I'm going to be rich in 30 days. You know what I mean? So, like, and people do get sucked into that, but make sure you're vetting somebody. You follow the Andes, you follow the Eds, you follow the Jockos, you follow the Stumans, follow those guys that have built real shit. Right. And that's very important. And then create those habits from they teach you, create those disciplines, those actions, start stacking and start investing in yourself. One of the best programs for me in my journey now, because this has been a short journey for me, is Echelon Front. I love it. I love what the military stands for. I love the discipline. I love, everything that coincides with the 75 hard and beating your ass mentally every day. That works for me. Hearing Jocko, hearing JP, hearing Leif, right? That and that barrier of entry to get into that program isn't really all that bad. But I think that's a great way to start. If you're coming up, that is something that everybody should look in and look into us, look into Jonathan as well. I've learned not only being in that group giving content, but learning from other people as well. And that's the biggest thing when you're starting to get around in these groups and get coaching, you're starting to meet other people as well, whether in the same that you're all on the same path. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, man. And it's invaluable.
Yep. So a couple things, and I think Dave hit it on the head, right? So one, there's different levels to coaching, right? So you can have one-on-one. Obviously, that's going to be more expensive, one-to-many, or videos, trainings, and group stuff, but not too much in the weeds, right? So when you're looking for a coach, this is what I want to say. One, you can't look for the solution until you understand what problem or challenge you're trying to solve or what you're trying to accelerate, right? Is it business? Is it credit? Is it sales? Is it marketing? Is it mindset? Is it leadership? So you want to figure out where you want to improve or where you can improve the most. Next, you have to find and figure out who's actually done it. Okay. Who's the pro there? All right. Got news for you. If they can't grow a fucking beard, okay, if they're a man, they probably can't fucking help you. All right. If it's a kid that hasn't built shit and it's just like Dave said, renting some nice stuff to put on a picture or a web form, probably can't do it. All right. When you talk about leadership, obviously all the guys that Dave mentioned, man, they're SEALs. Okay. They are SEALs. They have amazing track records. In fact, I'm probably going to sign up with them as well. When you talk about building businesses and making impact, Andy and Ed and Ryan, they got that down. So for me, you want to make sure that whoever is teaching it is one, a good teacher, two, they've actually built something worth a shit. Okay, there's many coaches. Like I can tell you, uh, Thomas Keenan, he was on yesterday. Solid. He's built something. Tony Watley has actually built something. Mike Claudio has actually built something. There's a bunch more that, are just not coming to the top of my head, but these are guys that have actually built things and that know what they're doing. Then you have a bunch of random people that are just running around because someone's telling them, "Oh, you want to get a monthly residual." That's not going to help you. Okay, you want vetted people. In fact, I will tell you this: with the program that we set up, we've not really pushed it. Okay, we wanted to make sure it was amazing before people step in. Very low ticket, but it's all about business growth, your money, your credit, your business credit, marketing, all of that stuff. And there's no one in there that's a coach. Okay, myself included. What do I mean by that? Everyone's built a 7 or 8 figure business, and their expertise is what their business is in. And so they put a bunch of content in there. You can use them as a sounding board. You can ask questions in the group. It's one to many. That's why it's a low price point. Okay, because to be honest, for me to even work with somebody on a one-on-one basis, on a monthly basis, it's going to be ridiculously expensive. It's just not going to happen. All right. You want people that have built things. You want people that care. Now, back to my journey. When you get in a coaching group, okay, you have to actually implement what they're talking about. You have to implement what they're talking about. You have to do the work, and you have to network. All right. Not only have I transformed my businesses, my mindset, my body based on being in certain groups and being around people, I've leveled up who I associate myself with. And I've actually driven most of my business from people that are in the groups that actually need help with finance. Now, that was just a nice byproduct. On the flip side, too, if I need something, if I need merch, okay, like if I need shirts, if I need anything from my company, I go in that group because they have the same core values, they have the same culture, and it allows me to work with people that I know, like, and trust. Now I vet them, obviously. I don't just send it out for bid, but that's the power of building these communities. Is you're all striving for the same things. Everyone's trying to get better. Everyone understands the journey. I will tell you that most of my really good friends that I did not grow up with are now entrepreneurs that I've met through these groups. And whether we talk every day, once a week, once a month, once every 6 months, it's like we never picked up, like we never left off anywhere. And the reason that is because we're all building our own shit and we understand that we have limited time. All right. And that's the power of this. You can accelerate your learning, you can accelerate your growth, you can accelerate building your network, and you can minimize the amount of mistakes that you make. Okay. And it's everything I've ever spent on it is 100% been paid in full tenfold. All right. So if I spent $500,000, I probably made 5 million over the last, call it, 8 years. And my only regret is not doing it sooner. Okay. I wasn't doing it at 22, at 23, at 24. I think I started when I was 25 or 26 years old. Right. And I've done it for the last few years. I've never stopped. And that's been a big driver of my success.
I think it adds to new levels too. You know what I mean? So when you get to a certain point, okay, what's the next step up? Who do I need to get around? Who's I'm here. This is the target where I want to go. Who's at that target now?
Correct.
You
Yeah,
know,
dude, that goalpost keeps moving. As you have success, that goalpost keeps moving, and you're probably going to have to find other people that can
Mhm.
rock with you, that can teach you, that have been there. All
That's
right. And here's what I would tell you. If you're someone that wants to open a business, right? You want someone that has experience opening successful businesses. If you're someone that is, you know, doing 20, 30, $40,000 a month, you want to get to 100, well, you need someone that has built a seven-figure business. If you're someone that has a seven-figure business and you are dying to go to eight, you better find people that have actually built eight-figure businesses because they'll be able to show you the way. Okay, same thing. If you're eight figures, a year, you want to go to nine. Many much limited options. You better find people that have built nine-figure businesses. That's just how it works. Okay, you don't want someone that's never built a seven-figure business teaching you how to build a seven-figure business because they don't know.
watch that baby, because you might have the pronoun police come get you then.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
I'm only playing, man. Actually, I'm not. But no, that's in real seriousness. Guys, you're never going to stay the same. You're either going to go backwards or you're going to go forwards. And at the end of the day, you can't get paralysis by analysis. You turn into that success zombie, you absorb, but don't do. And I think we said this on Monday too. You still got to take action. You still got to do something. You can sit there and you can learn as much shit as you want until you're blue in the face, but you got to get that shit in motion, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, guys, listen. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to tell you if you guys are interested in working with us, if you're interested in coaching, just go to integratedbusiness.com, look up coaching, and sign right up. I'll throw in a couple bonuses for you. Dave, thanks as always, and we will catch you Monday. Have a great weekend. Hope you guys are finishing the month, crushing the month, and we'll catch you on Monday.
Be great, y'all.